I'm recording. So the first thing we did, this was January 31st. You can see the dates on all these. These are all your tests stapled together. On your final, you could bring a calculator. You use a calculator on the whole thing. Keep in mind, everyone's using a calculator. Everyone's having a math test at the same time. So if that's so, there's not going to be any extra calculators in the front office. So make sure yours is fully charged, has no problems. Okay, there's no sharing calculators or anything like that. All right, for this one, remember, if you don't see a variable or an exponent on top, it's just an invisible number. And then when you multiply exponents, you add them. So 3 plus 8 plus 1, e to the 12. Next one. It's going to be 12 divided by 8 is normal. So it's going to be 3 over 2. Then E10, E2, you divide them. So that's e to the, or you subtract them. So that's e to the 8. Next one, when you square root something, you could separate the square roots. So square root of 9 is obviously 3. But over here, e to the 6th power 6 square root is the same as e to the 6th power to the half power. And we have a power to a power. Kobe, go. No. Go, I'm reviewing. It's e to the 3rd. So 3e3. Because you multiply the exponent. So 6 times a half is a third. Yes.
It doesn't turn into like a square?
No, square root is half. That's the opposite of squaring something. So you think of it like that. So this one, e to the 2nd to e to the negative 4th. You multiply the exponents, so e to the negative 8, and then you move it to the bottom. So 1 over e, 1 over e to the 8. Oh, also a reminder, most of the questions are multiple choice. So anything graphing, there's graphing, which is not multiple choice.
I love it. Because you can narrow it down easily.
I literally copy and pasted from the old test, so it was there from before. Next one. Remember, when you have exponents that you have on top and bottom, you are subtracting. So all I'm doing is doing x minus 3x, which is negative 2x, and 2 minus negative 5, which is 2 plus 5, or 7.
Are you recording?
Yes.
Oh, you are. Wait, I need a second.
No.
I have 18 illegal immigrants in my
For the
basement.
multiple choice, are you gonna put answers that are like very similar to each other? Or will it be like?
Yeah, I'm always looking to trick you guys.
Thanks.
All right.
Can you go up with it?
Yeah, sure.
What a good.
X minus 3x is negative 2x, and 2 minus negative 5 is 2 plus 5, or 7. You just subtract.
Even though negative number, like you don't put like 1 over or anything like that, like the biggest problem.
No, because it's combined, like it's a unit, so you can't split them up. You
did
Oh, it's on
you did the
here.
1 over the
Pretty much.
the 8 because you can't have a negative.
Yes,
You're giving us
and it's
formulas.
multiple choice, so it's going to look like this.
So you're giving us formulas.
To be clear, it wouldn't be a trick like I would put this and this because they're technically both correct. It would just be this one.
Are you giving us formulas?
Yes, that are relevant, but there's not that many formulas realistically.
For like logs?
What's the formulas for logs?
I don't know. Yeah.
Then no. Logs are rules, kind of like exponent rules. So I can't give you formulas for that.
Like the, what is it, like n, a1 equals, an equals, x whatever.
That's not log.
What are you asking?
For the equations you can give us.
Sequence is serious if that's what you're talking about? Yeah, you have good equations for that.
I didn't get this packet. You're so dumb.
It's up here, man.
I've been writing.
Okay. I'm moving on. Remember, this is recorded, so if you miss something, you can always check it out later. So, for this one, we need to know exponential growth and decay. So, there's two versions. First one is this one. This is exponential growth or decay, and there's continuous. So let's do this one first. You buy a house for $100,000. The government says the house appreciates 10% a year, once a year. how much is that house worth in 5 years? So that is a formula.
50,000.
So it's going to be the principal equals 1 plus R over N to the power of N times T. As a reminder, A is your final amount.
So we just need to know that.
P is your principal, which is your starting amount. R is your rate. Remember, you have to change it to decimal for rate. N is the number of times per year. So number per year. So if I say something like monthly, that'd be 12 times a year. If I say something like is every week, that'd be 52 times a year. And T is time, typically in years. For us, it will always be in years, but if you were in science, you could do it in different things. Number per year. I wrote per in accident. Per year. So like a reminder, if it says monthly, that's 12. So the amount equals, since I bought the house for 100,000, the value of it is 100,000 times 1 plus the rate, which is 10%, but it's depreciating. This is important. Because it's depreciating, it's a subtraction. So it's going to be minus 0.1, which is 10% as a decimal, over, since it only happened once a year, you just put a 1 underneath. So the power of 1 times 5 years, so times 5. Yes. So 100,000 times 0.9 to the 5th power. Again, you could always just type this straight into your calculator, and I'll do that over here. Oh no, what the? That's too squished. My fault. And then swap here. There we go. Okay. So it's 100,000. 1 minus 0.1.
You're not funny.
0.9 to the power of 5. Guys, shh, guys. It is going to be, so your house, the value of your house is going to be $59,049. $59,049. Our next one, you open a bank account that pays, so that's going to be a positive, 3% a year, paid out monthly. After 6 years, you have this amount. You forgot how much money you put in the bank account when you open it. How much did you put in the bank account? So in this situation, we know the final amount is $12,350, and we're looking for the principal. So we don't know what the principal is. The rate is 3%. As a decimal, that would be 0.03. The time was 6 years. And since it's paid out monthly, we're going to put 12 for
Wait,
monthly.
for the first one, why
Yeah.
was it 1 minus, not 1 plus?
Why was it? It's depreciate. Yeah, you're losing value. So let's set this up. 12,350 equals, we don't know what P is, so we're going to write it as P. 1 plus 0.03 divided by 12 to the power of 6 times 12. Again, you have a calculator throughout the whole test, so anything you want to do in the calculator, you're fine.
No.
So this is going to be, that's 72 on top. And this would be, I believe that's going to be 1.0075. I'll check. 1 plus 0.03 divided by, yeah, the graphing. Because they don't make good multiple choice questions.
For the graphing wise, it's just gonna be like that one where it's like who's dead? Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
percentage.
Me.
The graphing one, it's just gonna be like a percentage.
For what? This one?
What are the graphing?
Exponential growth, exponential decay.
What?
Do we have any other logs?
No, this isn't last.
We graph logs.
No, we did.
We did. It was like upside down exponentials. And then, I mean, if I got there, I got there, but I don't remember what else.
X, Y curve and chart.
Yeah. It's graphic. With a calculator, you just plug it in and you get the XY table. It's easy. All right. Then I'm going to divide this on both sides. So 12,350 divided by 0.0025 to the 72th power. The reason I don't want to type this in is because it's going to get so small, your calculator is not going to fit it. So I'd rather just do it all at once. So 12350 divided by, I'm going to put this in parentheses so I don't make a mistake, 1.0025 to the power of 72. I got 72 by 6 times 12. Oh. And make sure when you put the final parenthesis, like it's normal size. Okay.
Wait, is 72 goes into the parentheses?
Yeah, because I'm just applying it to this number directly. It'll be easier to do it like that. I don't think it will make a...
Let's say I put it outside the parentheses, it'll make a difference. You try it?
How'd you get that? So
It's money, so two different assholes.
I got 1,326.
Did you do it part ways? Like, did you do rounding and
So
stuff?
I did like I got 1.
Doesn't make a difference.
Doesn't make a difference.
5 to the power of 6 times 12. 72.
Yeah.
That gave me 1.1969 whatever. So I divided that number by both sides.
And what did you get? Like 16, you said?
No. 10,326.
26. My values won't be like that close to each other. So if you get that and you see, the answer should be 1,300 or 10,317 and 90 cents. So that would be technically the final answer. If you get something that's close, because my other answers are not going to be like tricks like that where I expect you to do the error, then just pick the one that's close to you. The reason yours is weird is because you were rounding halfway through, because you didn't give the full decimal. That's the only reason why I said that. All right. The government is providing a bond that pays 5% continuously. Yes. So continuously is slightly different equation, but easier actually. P times E to the RT. The principal times E value RT. This is the reason why E value is a special value. So if you put $6,000 into the bond, how much will you have in 7 years? So luckily this one for us is much easier. So A is going to be, we don't know. P is what I'm starting with. Since I'm putting in 6,000, I start with 6,000. The rate is 5%. Remember, that's 0.05. And the bond, how much money will it be? They'll be after 7 years. So we're going to put time for 7.
What's E then?
E is the special number.
Like, what is it like? What is it approximately?
It should be second ln.
No, isn't that
No, there's a button for E that you want to press, which is second
I
ln.
know. What is the actual value?
2.77 or something like that?
You probably answered this like 30 times, so sorry. But,
Yeah.
Are we getting from this much?
Yes. It's just not that actual many formulas.
Okay.
So 6,000 times E to the power of 0.05 times 7. Or 6,000 E to the 0.35. So I'm going to go to my calculator. 6,000. If you want the E, you're going to click second ln because ln and E are opposites. 0.35. If you put on the top 7 times 0.05, you still get the same answer. Don't sweat it. Remember, this is money, so we go 2 decimal points, round properly. 85, 14, 41. I'm lazy, that's why. But on the test, I'll have the numbers in this. It's multiple choice, or no? Rio. I did decimal, 41. What decimal over? It's not a percent, so no, there's no need to move a decimal over or anything like that. Yeah, Texiel, she should be here, or I'm going to give her a cut. A right her uppercut.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh, we were there.
But you were asking that he was giving you
I'm thinking.
Damn. Sorry.
Oh, good one.
Can you go back to that?
Yeah, sure. But you can see the next page we have graphing. So.
Yeah, I'll just like that.
No.
Tell Craig to show up too.
Say that. Lower jacket.
You'll get a cut also if he doesn't show up.
Am I?
What's up?
Am I?
You're here, so no, right now. Stay here though.
It just sounded like that. It just really
All right, next one. So graphing, we did do graphing of exponentials. So graphing. So because you have a calculator, you're gonna have an easy time. But here's the generic version of it. A to the power of x minus h plus k. Or actually, let me rephrase that. A times, oh great. B x minus h. Shit, I gotta figure out a solution now. I'm low on power and I don't have a charger. That's not the same thing as a screen projector.
And I think we don't get you before the final, it's not the final, right?
Yeah, but we have multiple days to get through this. So.
What's your outlet look like?
So let me finish this problem and I'm going to shut it off because I can't. I don't want to risk like losing the video. All right. So first off, we always can tell the growth or decay by the value and the exponent. Since this is bigger than 1, it is a growth. Transformation is compared to, let's say just 3 to the x. Because there's a minus 4 here, that means it goes down 4. K values move it up and down. H values move it left and right. Just remember, since H is a negative in the equation, that means that you got to flip it if it happens. So like the next one will be left 1.
Did not follow.
Don't sweat it too much. I'm not going to ask for particular charge. Yeah. Yeah, actually, dude. So then the table. The table, though, is really easy because... Oh, just sit down. So what we're going to do is y equals 3 to the power of x. Move to the right, make sure, so it's a normal place. Minus 4. You graph that. Now, the graph is nice, but if you click second graph, you get the table. You probably want to take the parts that are, like, clean. So, like here, I have 0, 1, and 2, so I'll just graph that. 0, 1, and 2. And then I look at my table here, which is negative 3, negative 1, and 5. That's my x, that's my y. Or technically my f of x. Either way, so I do 0, comma, negative 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, comma, negative 1. 2, comma, 5. And then I just follow the graph itself to help graph it as best as I can. Looks like a curve like that. Make a curve like that. I'm going to try to figure out a solution to the battery. So I'm going to leave it at this one and then see what I can do in terms of screen sharing. Okay? No, because I'll probably figure it out in like a minute. I just want to make sure. There's going to be a little break, I guess you could say. I won't. I'm just going to stop the